Why do we fall, Master Wayne? So that we can learn to pick ourselves back up. Welcome in to the Bro 4 Squad podcast, where we are just a bunch of bros drinking beer and talking movies. And this is episode 268, a special World Cup edition. I'm your host, the Mayor, Jeff Hornacek. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the movie discussion tonight. And before we get into it, let's go around and meet my fellow bro, our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli. All right, Ronnie, as we all know here on the pod, I used to be a member of the Foot Clan back in the early 2000s. Well, recently I've actually had another ninja street gang recruiting me, but I remembered that I signed a non-compete with Shredder back in the day. Is that still enforceable?
Yeah, so do you know what state is governing that contract? Because that's going to determine, because like a state like Pennsylvania doesn't enforce non-solicit, non-compete. So like it really, we got to look at the document, but also I would be concerned because Shredder is not going to just let you go lightly. He's done too much for him.
He is very litigious.
Yes, we know. So, some say he's the kind of boss that wants to root for you, and he's like, hey, go fly, you're ready, you're free. But I think you are one he's just like not going to give up.
Yeah, with me, he just like says what he feels like a good manager needs to say, but I don't actually think he means it. I think it's one of those weird situations where because the clan, the foot soldiers operate in a couple different states, I would have to check where I was technically filing income tax, probably, right?
That's a big question. And were you working from home?
There were some work from home days. We would sharpen our katanas. We would go steal audio equipment.
Yeah. But Shredder was feeling like you guys were lacking camaraderie, and I think he brought everyone back.
Yeah. What's the code for like a contract employee, like a 1099 or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I was for a little while, because they would call me on like the big jobs, like, hey, be up and Rocksteady are being created. We need some extra hands.
She's just a scapegoat. That's why you're responsible for your own benefits and your own insurance.
And health
That's
insurance.
How he gets you. Yeah.
His health plan was good. It was dental where they would get you. Didn't even cover teeth cleanings. It's kind of bullshit. Like, do you not want your gang to have good teeth?
Yeah, especially when you're fighting against a bunch of turtles.
Yeah, it's a bad look when we all show up and have cavities.
Because they had pristine teeth, like glistening.
They all look like they have veneers.
Maybe they might have veneers, not because they have good dental. Like they were able to go get veneers.
Imagine Raphael sitting in the dentist chair, like having the patience to have that put in.
And the dentist is like, stop eating pizza.
He's like, it's all we have access to. All right, well, here on the Bro 4 Squad podcast, we start every episode off with the most important thing in any bro's life, and that is Chest Day. Chest Day today. Part 1 of a 3-part World Cup movie-related game where I have created what I'm calling the Group of Death. And we call it that because it's the only group in our little game similar to the World Cup. It's going to feature our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, the American hero, Nate Thurmond, and the mad scientist, Brian Banner, each competing in a movie tagline game to see who can earn the most points, who will advance from the group. We'll have to figure out a reward for the winner of this. Probably they pick a movie commentary that we do.
Ooh. I will say Banner had the easiest qualifying route. I just want to put that out there that I don't know that he should be here, but like you never know. Like just much in the World Cup right now with Cape Verde, like they're out there shocking the world. So, maybe Banner can do something.
Banner wishes he was Cape Verde.
Yeah, he does. You and I are the OG Cape Verde fans.
We were there before anyone else. I was there on them and then Florida Atlantic also, or Florida Gulf Coast.
That's true. Yeah, Gulf Coast, yeah.
Okay, so it's likely, here's how the game works. There are 2 separate rounds. Each round, I will give you 5 taglines for a movie that has come out. In the first round, all 5 of them will be sports movies. Here's how you will earn points. First, I will give you just the tagline for the movie. And if you know it and successfully identify it, you get 2 points. If you don't know it, I will give you an extra hint. And in the first round, the hint will be what sport the movie centers around. And if you get that right, I will give you 1 point. If you obviously don't get it correct after either of those 2, you get 0 points.
Is there any punishment for guessing wrong? Just a la Jeopardy.
I'm going to say no, just because I hadn't thought of that prior to this.
Because I'm like, I'm going to throw something out there, worst case.
I'm going to ask you this first, and everyone else will play by the same rules. Do you want to say that if you guess a movie, you get that question wrong and you're not allowed to advance or to get your hint? Meaning, let's say the first movie is Ghostbusters, and you guess Ghostbusters before you ask for the hint to decrease the points, are you able to guess again? Or do you simply have to say, I don't know it, and give me the hint?
Oh, you're saying so if I guess wrong,
You don't get the points at all.
Oh, so I have to immediately go and say I'm not sure. I'm going to go to that end. I like that. That's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think it's a little unfair for me to throw out guesses in hope. I should only get one guess.
Okay, so an example would be the tagline of the movie. I'm just making this up, even though I think it is the tagline. Who you gonna call? And if I say, do you know it? And you say no, can you give me the hint for one less point? But if you guess and get it wrong, you don't.
It's wrong. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think you get one guess for each question. And if you need help, you ask for it.
That's fair. And everyone plays by the same rules, except Banner will rig it to where he automatically loses. All right. Are you ready to begin?
I'm ready, Bob.
Okay, that's not my name. I'm for Robert.
What is your name again? I don't even know how
it's
I got
on the
here.
Screen. We've done this 268 times.
Yeah, I've been drunk for all of them.
That's impressive. Okay, so these first 5 are all sports. I will give you the tagline, and if you don't know, I will tell you what sport the movie centers around. And I will say, I that may not sound like a massive hint, but as I'm looking through these, I actually think it will significantly help you.
It will at least reduce help the educated guess.
For sure. All right, so the first movie tagline is, his whole life was a 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
Oh, it feels like.
So these are all sports.
I feel like do I want to be smart? I think I have a guess. Do I want to be smart and just take the hint?
Or it's early. Do you want to get a little riskier now? And
let's go risky. I think it's Rocky.
It is Rocky.
Okay.
That is correct.
Woo. At first, I was like, "Is it going to be some stupid Adam Sandler?" That was what, I was like, "Is that Happy Gilmore?" I was like,
"Yeah, I won't do that to you."
No, but that's where my brain went first. That's why I kind of panicked. I was like, "Wait, Rocky makes more sense," but I don't. Yeah.
Okay, next one. I think this is the easiest one in the whole game. If you build it, he will come.
I mean, Field of Dreams.
Correct.
You don't like Field of Dreams?
Well, maybe they should have moved the end of the movie up to the beginning because it was pretty bad before that.
Am I getting the same questions as Banner and Horns? Just FYI. Okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense. I like that.
All right.
Because I felt bad about that one. I was like, that one's too easy.
Yeah, it is. That one is a little bit easier. Okay. Next one. A comedy with bats and balls. A comedy with bats and balls.
Well, I feel dumb asking for the sport because I'm assuming it's baseball. Unless it's a cricket movie that
we could do a whole one just on cricket movies.
Yeah, well, of course. A comedy about bats and balls. Oh, man.
Yeah, based on that logic, you might as well guess here because I don't think the hint will help you as much.
I think, okay, so I'm going to just assume it's baseball. What are some of the baseball movie, oh my God, is it, I can't remember the name. I have the vision in my, oh, fuck. I know it. I know it. You say it in my head. I'm going to, give me 5 more seconds. Oh my God. It's like the equivalent of The Longest Yard for baseball. I feel like, okay, I don't know it. I can't remember it.
It is Major League.
Oh, damn it. That's not what it was. I wasn't actually thinking that. I was thinking
okay, well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
That is a relief.
I'm actually surprised I didn't think of Major League. For some reason, I feel like Major League, while still hilarious, had some seriousness to it over, you know what I mean? I don't think I thought that tagline made me think frat pack type comedy. Not necessarily.
Yeah, it does sound like a little bit goofier than.
Yeah. Good question.
All right, second to last one. It is The Game of Their Lives.
That's could be anything. I'm gonna have to ask for the sport. I have absolutely no idea.
The sport is hockey.
I want to say Miracle, but like the game of their lives. I'm gonna have to go Miracle.
Miracle is correct.
Oh shit! Nice. I
Yeah.
felt like it was obvious when you said hockey, but I was like, I don't know. Okay, good. I'm glad.
That's where the
I was
hint is. Glad you used it
yeah,
instead of just
cool.
guessing.
Because honestly, with that, it was like hockey or sorry, Miracle or one of the Mighty Duck movies, and I was like, I don't
Right.
think that's any of the Mighty Duck ones.
All right, last one.
Oof.
The harder the hit, the sweeter the victory.
Okay, I don't know why I'm leaning on like comedy, because that's like, shoot, I have a guess, but I feel like it's wild. The harder the hit, the sweeter the what?
Victory.
And how many points do I have right now? Do I have?
Right now you have 5 with one question left.
I'm gonna go dodgeball. I don't think it is, but I'm not sure.
That actually is one of the taglines for Remember the Titans.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I don't know why I thought my brain went immediate comedy.
It does sound goofy a little bit.
The heart. How is that? I don't like that for Remember the Titans. I'm gonna call
Also,
them.
considering spoiler alert, what happens to Gary Bertier, it's a little bit
Yes.
fucked up also.
Damn. For some reason that tagline was given comedy.
But that's okay. 5 points in the first round.
Not as good as I should have done. Man, I should have taken a hint on that then. I got anxious. I was like, I can play with this.
But you don't know. I mean, it's hindsight's 2020.
If you had said football, I don't know that I would have guessed. I would have probably gone like longest
honestly,
yard or something.
I probably would have guessed longest yard if you said
Yeah,
football.
that's so I feel okay. Like I don't think I would have gotten that right. Not one part of me thought Remember the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're going to move over to Disney Pixar movies. So these
I got to make up some ground.
These could be animated Disney movies or Disney Pixar movies. Now, here the hint is: if you do not want to guess, I will tell you the year that the movie came out in. Which I don't know if that will help you a lot or not, but I think the recency of some of these will be. You see. Okay, you ready for the first one?
Not really. Let's go.
Awesome. Well, it was kind of rhetorical.
I did have a choice.
The tagline is, "The adventure takes off."
The adventure takes off.
Adventure takes
Lightyear.
No, it is Up.
Oh,
that's a good one
what
for
a
Lightyear.
collapse. Because I was thinking it's not Toy Story because this is implying that this is like a prequel. And that's
that's no, that actually works way better than this one.
That makes no sense to me either. I get the concept of it's like takes off, but it's a house with balloons isn't taking off. Come on, it's gradually lifting.
The adventure gradually lifts on
That's
June
a movie.
5th.
I would
go on. God, I'm excited for that film now. All right, as is tradition, the second one is probably the easiest one here. The tagline is, "The ocean is calling."
Moana.
Correct.
Okay, I'm in a place where I'm can't afford to drop points, and I'm like, that feels sure. But
well, it's like if a basketball player who scores a lot is struggling, don't let him get to the free throw line and just see the ball go in.
I just need to see the ball go in. That's what I needed there.
Exactly. Okay. Next one. Meet the little voices inside your head.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this movie. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so mad at this one. I love this. It's made me cry. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is where I can tell you're pressing.
Why am I? This is the one with all the characters that have all the emotions. They just filmed a second one. Why is the name not coming to my head? No, I don't think the year is going to help me. Okay, how much more time are you going to give me? I'm just hoping it pops in.
5 seconds.
It's Inside Out.
Correct. Good job. Good save.
I was about to say Elemental. I was like, that's not right.
Kind of in the same animation style, though.
Yeah. Golly, I'm so embarrassed. That movie literally made me cry.
Yeah, it's fucking tearjerker. Absolutely. Okay. The next one. Only the act of true love will thaw a frigid heart. Now, when I read this,
Frigid
two movies
Heart.
instantly pop into my head.
Yeah, two movies popped in my head, but I don't think it's either of them that I thought of. Say that one more time.
Only the act of true love will thaw a frigid heart.
Can you give me the year? Because
Yes. So for 1 point, the year of the release is 2013.
wow, is
Keep in
it
mind, these are
Frozen?
all either animated
Frozen.
or it is Frozen.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
No, I was thinking Beauty and the Beast.
I thought Beauty and the Beast the second you started talking, but then they said frigid, and I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And of course, I thought like Sleeping Beauty,
Not a bad
and then
one.
it was too obvious. I shouldn't have taken the year on that. I should have gotten that. Banner's gonna hit
You
that out
got
of
you
the
got
park.
points. That's what matters here.
Yeah, but hey, Banner's gonna like light me up.
Okay, last one. This is the hardest. The tagline is a comedy beyond words. Although I don't really find this movie, it's not like a straight up, it's not like a.
Okay, I'm not good. This isn't my guess yet, but I'm gonna walk you through what I'm feeling.
Okay.
Wally, right? There's no words really, and that I mean there are words, but like it's not a lot of words are said. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. It is a comedy beyond words.
Or is it like so like am I overthinking it? Is it something that's like so funny? It's like a lot of words, something loud.
It's like we can't even describe this to you. I laughed so fucking hard.
I'm gonna have to take the hint. I think I have no clue.
Okay. So the year that this film came out was 2008.
2008. 2008. And it's a Pixar?
Or animated.
I mean, or animated.
Now, based on the year, you can probably surmise.
But
which
is it definitely Disney though? Like like
Yes, I see Disney on the poster here for it.
oh my gosh. I don't think I'm gonna get this. I have absolutely no idea. 2008. Comedy Beyond Words. I have no idea. Brave. I don't.
It was Wally.
What? I was right.
You were right. Why did you doubt yourself? Idiot.
Oh no. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So another 5 points in round 2, which a total.
I blew that one.
I think you just got in your own head.
See, Wally, that one bothered me too. Just like the other one, like what was in the last round was like that movie is so serious at times too.
Oh my god, I think it's one of the more like if you consider like the quote unquote love story and then just the subject matter of like what caused the human race to be in this position.
Yes.
It's not like a chuckle of buckets, a buckle of chuckles. What am I saying? Bucket of chuckles. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna like write some letters to some people about this because, like, you know, I would have confidently said Wally immediately, but I overthought it. I'm like, I wouldn't describe that movie as a comedy.
I kind of tried to say that, but I didn't want to make it too obvious.
Yeah,
like if I were to say like what genre is Wally aside from animated, I would probably lean more towards romance or drama than comedy.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely funny, but
it's like the 19th
it's a serious matter.
Movie. Yeah.
Oof, not great, Bob.
I don't know, man. I think 10 points you'll have a shot here. It might go into a tiebreaker, which I haven't figured out what it will be yet.
Well,
Yellow
I just
card.
feel like I look back and I could have played better. I'm going to like Monday morning quarterback this. I'm going to look back and say, like, the World Cup's every 4 years. Like, come on, you got to take the opportunity.
That's why if you miss like a PK or something, it will haunt you. It doesn't just leave. You don't get a chance to make it
I'll
up.
be sleeping tonight.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Good questions.
Thank you. But again, I think 10 will be competitive.
You're being nice.
You only used 2 of the second hints, so the aggressiveness level there was, I think, paid off.
Went for it. Not my proudest moment.
We'll see if 10 points will hold up. And Banner and Thurman will play by the same rules you had. So the guess is their only guess. They don't get like a throw it. Do you think that would have helped you a lot if you were able to say like this movie and it was wrong?
I probably would have gotten Wally right on the second one, because I would have just been like, I don't know what else it could be. I only went Brave because I was like then thinking of the year, but Brave was later, and I didn't even think that was that funny. And then there was probably like, what was the other one in the sports one? If I had asked the sport, I think I had a better chance. Not the football, not Remember the Titans. The one I guessed, I can't remember. I felt like there was one I was like, I probably shouldn't take the hint.
Should have taken the hint?
Yeah.
We had Rocky, Field of Dreams, Major League, Miracle, and where's my last?
Frozen makes me, it was Frozen made me mad, and Miracle made me mad. It's like taking the hints.
Remember the Titans, though. I think that would have gotten you. I would have guessed longest yard based on that.
So I think those were 2 points I left off the board if I had just done Frozen and Miracle immediately.
No regrets.
Always.
All right, second part of our show is our protein shake, where we go around and talk about what's in our cup or what have we watched lately. Cycly, you've been traveling a lot, so not as much for you as we typically see. Although plane movies, I don't know if you watched any, but I'm always curious to see what you, of all people, watch on a plane when you're trapped with nowhere to go and limited options from an airline. So I'll let you go first. What, if anything, is in your cup? And did you watch a plane movie, or did you either raw dog it or go like sleep or podcasts? What was your entertainment du jour?
Yeah. So maybe you've heard me mention being a big soccer fan on the show before, but like I'm a big soccer guy, and the World Cup is my favorite thing the whole entire world does. Whether or not you like soccer, it's more so like just the concept of the gratitude, like the enormity of it all, and like all these cultures come together. And I've watched every World Cup game that I've feasibly been able to since 2002, back when I was in 8th grade. When it was in Korea and Japan, and the U.S. made it to the quarterfinals. Like I watched every game, not just American, like every game. And I remember because the games were at 12 o'clock, 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. because it was in Korea, Japan. And that summer,
we were in college, right? This one?
No, 8th grade. Yeah. This is 2002. Yeah. And this is before, right, we have a job, like before I have a car or anything. So I had nothing to do. And like that whole summer, I just stayed up late and I had a completely different, sleep cycle. But the whole point to say is now we're living in the World Cup here, hosted in America, which is awesome. I did go to a game last week, and on that plane, the coolest thing was they had live TV. So I did not actually watch any movies.
That's cool.
I was able to watch 2 World Cup games. I was able to watch my team in the College World Series.
That's the dream,
man. So the flight home from Seattle started with a game, watched the entire game, had the hour break, watched the second game. We landed at the end of the second game. Wow. It was perfect. On the way there, I watched the World Series, College World Series, watched 2 games too. So no plane movies for me this time, but I was very lucky to have been on a plane that had live TV. And it was pretty cool seeing everyone in front of you was watching like the same stuff, and you'll get a kick out of this. I can't remember what game we were watching. It was like Ghana and no, it was Ivory Coast and someone else, but it was like 0-0 into the 94th minute. And all of a sudden, like Ghana or someone is driving into the box and he's about to shoot. And all of a sudden the video pauses and the pilot comes on screen. No, and it was so funny because everyone's watching and the pilot's like, we're about to start an descent to Seattle, blah, 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 blah. The second he cuts off, the video then jumps to Ghana celebrating. Like they scored the goal of the night.
And you heard game and missed the 4 seconds
and
in the score.
The funniest part was the entire, like not the entire crowd in the plane, but everyone watching, which was a good amount, go, oh, and you saw all, and so like just this weird groan from like 40 people, and like all of a sudden these people who aren't watching soccer like freak out because like why did all these people scream out
Yeah.
of nowhere? And it was just really funny to see the girl behind me like turn around and like jump, like what's going on. So it was a good time, it was fun. But anyway, so in relation to the World Cup, for some of you, the Americans are doing really well right now. Some of you may be big soccer fans. Some of you just might enjoy the sport. Some of you might just get into it every 4 years. But there's a documentary on HBO called Us Against the World, or US Against the World. And it's a 4 or 5 part documentary following the national team since Qatar in 2022.
Oh wow, I didn't
And
know this.
yeah, and it's one, I love that as a soccer fan and as an American soccer fan, but like two, it's a great way to know the team. Like if you're just getting into it and like you like want to know who your favorite players are, or like how they are, or their personalities. But it's also just like it's not just this like fluff documentary. It's really, really raw and
There was a lot of drama
authentic.
with that team
Yes,
too.
exactly. The last 4 years have not, if you haven't been paying attention, the last 4 years, there's been a lot of animosity, firing a coach, drama between players and coaches, and all sorts of things. And
Players' parents and
players'
coaches.
parents.
Sounds like
Yeah,
youth soccer, but when the parent is a
there's
former U.S. national
yeah,
player,
yeah, exactly. There's been some really great success in the last 4 years, and some absolute failures in the last 4 years.
well, I feel like
So
we
like,
feel a lot of pressure to not fuck up this generation. Maybe they're a little bit overrated, but U.S. soccer has really had a chance where I feel like we kind of feel like we should be able to compete internationally as we have with this group from the last 2 World Cups.
yeah, and again, like whether or not you agree with it or not, it's like we've never had a team that is built this way. We've never had a team where everyone is starting at big clubs in Europe. Like you
Right.
can argue that Weston McKennie is the best player in Juventus. Like that's crazy. Like you could argue that Christian Pulisic, outside of his second half of the year, was the best player for AC Milan.
I remember when
Like
Tim Howard signed with Everton, we were like, fuck
it's a
yeah, an
big deal.
American
Yeah.
in Europe. And now it's
And then
like, yeah, if he's not on a Premier League team or in like the La Liga, like what are we even talking about?
yeah, you have Haji Wright, who like Coventry gets promoted to the Premier League, and like would probably not happen without his goals. So it's like, and he hasn't even really played this World Cup. Like that's who we have on the bench. Like it's pretty awesome. So, I'm hoping that this momentum continues. But anyway, my point is like it's a really great documentary, and whether you're a soccer fan or not, I know some of our friends' wives who are not into soccer like watched it and really loved it. It's like I said, it's really authentic and honest, which I really appreciated because you got some real conversations. You got some real emotion. Did it go as deep as it could have, especially with the Reina Berhalter drama? Probably not, but
Which is like the big story. But
yeah, but I'm sure there was just like some level of it was too personal. But I would recommend it if you're a fan of this team or getting into World Cup. Really, like just they do such a good job of building it up, and like it makes you want to watch the second episode, and you will finish so amped up. You will be so pumped after finishing it.
cool. I'll have to check this out. So have they dropped them all?
Yeah, they're all out. Yeah,
Okay. I
think they dropped the last one the day the World Cup started.
Smart. Us Against the World, right? On HBO?
Yes. Yeah, US Against the World or Us Against the World, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I watched a Netflix original movie that just came out called Voicemails for Isabel, which I think is
okay. I watched the trailer last night.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, you're the rom-com guy.
I am the rom-com guy. This is more rom, less com. I would say it's more like a dramedy, but Zoe Deutsch, who I love, mainly because her mother is Lorraine in the Back to the Future movies, in real life. She's awesome in this. I like Nick Robinson. He's like, he's not like a great actor. Like he doesn't have much range, but he's like a very steadying presence and everything that he's in. And even though he doesn't have a lot of range, he doesn't like try and go outside of that. So he's not like the soccer player who's like trying to take like insane touches. Like he just knows what his game is and plays within himself. This one will get you crying in the first like 30 seconds. I would relate it to Up in that way, where it's like if
the movie where it takes off.
Yes, where it takes off. The
gradually
emotion takes off. Gradually ascends into the sky. And there's some definite like comedic moments in this as well that are like very well placed. And it gets a little cliche in the end, but not like overly so.
Rom-coms will do that.
Yeah, but the wife and my wife really really liked it. She recommended it to all of her friends, and it was enjoyable for me as well. So if you like the trailer, and I won't tell you the concept of it because the trailer kind of spoils one of the big. I don't know of a way to. Do you know what the concept is? I don't want to say.
Yeah, I
it.
watched the whole trailer and I was really intrigued. I mean, I have a guess of where this. It's a rom com. It's not gonna like give you a
Sure,
massive twist ending, but like I was like, that's a fun concept. Like, not.
it
I mean,
is.
obviously it's a sad concept, but it's like I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's there's like it doesn't go like super predictable. I mean, you can probably guess most of it, but like the ending does a few things that I'm like, okay, good. You didn't make it like the most cookie cutter movie possibly could make.
I have a
So,
feeling at one point she finds out the truth and then leaves him, and then they move on without each other, and then eventually he comes back and wins her back over. I don't know. That's just a guess. I could be completely wrong.
that would have been cool if they did that.
But
Uh,
I'm gonna watch it. I don't need to like those are the kind of movies like I don't need to know like it's like Banner says I need the journey. I don't care about the result. Like
yeah. And when I get mad about spoilers, like you can't really spoil. I mean, spoilers are for like things where like the movie is intending to surprise you. This I don't think
rom
is
com.
right. If you
They're
can't enjoy
supposed to get together.
if you can't enjoy this, or if you watch this and you're like overly critical of it, I would just say like I kind of pity you in some regards because like no, this is not intended to be like Leon the Professional or Schindler's List. It's voice
Better.
No, exactly. But it does. I think the dramatic stuff does work pretty well. And if you this is both in the trailer and in the first like 10 minutes, but if you have lost anyone like close to you, I think there's a lot of stuff in here that you can relate to or will be kind of therapeutic for you. So it's well done, it's tactfully done, and competently acted. Shifting gears completely, Cycle, I only want to bring this up because I kind of want you to watch it to get your opinion on it. But I was looking on Reddit just randomly. I think this was either like recommended to me or just in one of the Reddit threads I follow. And people are talking about like the best found footage horror movies that people might not know about. And there's one that came out in 2011, and it's an Australian film. It's called The Tunnel. Have you heard of this before?
Let me look at it because I feel like
there's a lot of movies called The Tunnel, so just make sure you're looking at the 2011 one. There's like
I don't
4.
think so. I don't think so.
Okay, it's very low budget. I think it was made for like $50,000.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, maybe even. How much did you say?
I said 130. I don't know if it was like Australian conversion or something, but yeah, Wikipedia says 130. Like that's not much money.
No, it's not. And so it's a found footage film, and the story of it is in Australia, there was a project. I don't know if this part is actually real or based like loosely on something that was rumored, but there was a project where a town near Melbourne was going to start recycling water and using abandoned subway tunnels as a part of like a way to like funnel the water into these reservoirs. And a politician was running on this platform. And about like 2 months before the election cycle was about to take place, basically like the project stopped. There was no more word about it. It was no longer a part of his campaign. And this reporter, who is like kind of on the verge of losing her job because she's had a few run-ins with her manager and like a few stories that she had like bad intel on and sort of misreported things. She's sort of fighting for her life, and she's following up on this story, and she convinces 3 people at her station to go down into these tunnels and figure out like what happened, why did the work stop, and it sort of goes from there. And it's, found footage horror movie. I thought there was some really, really effective, creepy stuff done in this. And then there's also a lot of stuff in it that like drives me fucking crazy. And it might be because of the budget restraints, but I also just like, it really pissed me off. So it's interesting. It's done. It's short.
Was
it's
it
like an hour
just the reveal that made you like sometimes the more unknowing is like makes it better? Like, is it that you find out something, or is it like just
I don't know, I feel like they'll kind of give it away. I do think that like you can kind of guess what's going on about 2/3 through the movie. And it's one of those films where it's like once you kind of know that, like it has no more tricks up its sleeve. And then there's one thing done in the execution of this. It just really fucking bothered me. And people online actually love the thing that pisses me off. A lot of people do. And but for me, I'm just like, that's just not cool. Don't do that.
So give it a recommend. You know me pretty well. What do you think?
So This is the Horns recommend, where like I kind of just want your opinion on it. I'm not necessarily saying it's a good movie or one that you will like. You are a fan of found footage horror though, so
Yeah, some of them. Some of them are a little too much for me, and I get like disinterested, and I'm like, oh, this is too much, or they're like. But there's also a lot of found footage that you and I have. Remember, I can't remember the ones we watched a couple of years ago. The two. What was it? Well, yeah, but I enjoy some of them.
yeah. So this one, I mean, there's some cool elements of it, and there's some things that they do that like you can only do in found footage, which is they do pretty well. And there's some things that like you're like, well, these are glaring weaknesses in the found footage format that you could tell are kind of like hamstringing them. And I was just more frustrated by it than enjoyed it, but there are definitely some good horror moments, and the like setup of a news crew doing this is kind of intriguing.
Yeah. It was Creep that I was thinking of.
Oh yeah,
Creep and Creep 2.
I don't know if I saw the second Creep.
I thought we did. Maybe we talked. Maybe you just saw the first one, but I thought we like both of us decided to just like watch those two out of nowhere.
I'll have to. There's some Creep 2.
I don't remember liking those. Like, not saying they were great or anything, but I mean, like, huh.
I mean, the way the
maybe I'll check
first
it out.
Creep ends is fucking insane.
Yeah.
They did a show, right?
I think they were talking about something like that. I can't remember. Or like, let me see. There, Wikipedia says Creep Tapes is an American television series. It was renewed for a second season, so I guess it does exist. Huh. I had not heard anything on this.
Yeah, I have not seen Creep 2, according to my, which I didn't think I had, luckily, because I was like, I don't remember it. Yeah, the Creep Tapes, I'm guessing, is a prequel.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Creep Tapes found footage. It doesn't say it's a. Yeah, it doesn't say. The first series look at different tapes of Peach Fuzz and his various victims. Maybe it's a prequel in that sense.
Mark Duplass was also in Backrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Last week.
Which I still haven't seen. So, but you can talk about it.
I did last week, so I'll just.
Okay, you did last week. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right, that's all I really wanted to speak about. How about you? What else you got?
We got two more. One I'm not complete with. The newest season of 4 Seasons on Netflix. I don't know if you've been watching that.
No, Banner talked about it a few episodes ago.
Okay. Well, I won't. Like I said, I'm only a few in. I think Banner and I might have talked about it. I think I might have said this, but we're a couple more episodes in. But I'm enjoying it more than the first season, personally. I don't know if it's
Steve Carell's not in it, right? Is that why?
Yeah, that's why. Fuck that guy. No, I just think the show feels the comedy's more. Maybe it's because I know the characters more, but I just find it like or maybe because the first season was based on actual previous work. So I don't know if it's like they're finding their own, they have more freedom, but like I'm finding it more relatable and more authentic than the first season, which I found like a little too much. Not saying that the show still doesn't go over the top, but I just find myself enjoying it more. So maybe they're not doing anything. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I've matured as a person. I don't know. Yeah. And then the one I really want to talk about, but I might wait to see if you guys have already watched it. Maybe you've already talked about it, but it's Maternal Instinct on Netflix. Did you already talk about it?
Yeah, but I can definitely talk about this more. I watched it without my wife, and she got pissed because then all her friends were like, go watch it. And I was like, I mean, I'll watch it again if you want. She was like, no.
But then you're always on your phone when you watch it again. You're like,
yeah. I mean, this story is fucking wild.
Like, I mean, one, you have a daughter. I have a son on the way. Like,
but let's go full spoilers for Maternal.
Like, yeah, this is a documentary, guys. Plus, I did know the story. I remember when this happened. Like, it was
Yeah, I didn't realize that this was that story though, because until like the very end, because as Banner brought up, the difference between this and the crash is the crash really just it ends up being like a character profile because the actual event is.
Wait, sorry, we might be talking about two different things. There's the Maternal Instinct on Netflix.
Yes.
Wait, The Crash was that show we all talked about where the girl kills her boyfriend in the car accident.
Yes, but what I'm saying, the similarity.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like, I was like, wait.
No, so the similarity between the two is the crash ends up, it's this event that we actually don't know anything about. So the documentary can't really dive into it. So it just ends up being a character profile on the perpetrator.
Mm-hmm.
This documentary starts out that way. I thought it was just like a character profile on this crazy person. And then like the last 20 minutes, I'm like, holy shit, I remember that crime. I didn't realize this chick was the one involved in
the one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, where'd she get the baby? Like, that's the first thing. It's like, and then
Her plan is so half baked. Like you just thought
dude,
you would like get away with this, and everyone's gonna be like,
can,
oh, "Okay, you have a baby." That
can I just like say the first? I mean, look, this is horrendous. This documentary was like, you know, like this was horrible. Like what she did was awful and evil and like beyond fucked up. And like I said, my wife is pregnant. Like I can't imagine something like that happening. Like, but man, is everyone so dumb? Like,
yes,
I mean, what?
yeah,
Like she, I mean, I found I feel sympathetic to her like boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, dude, she's got to be one of the dumbest people on the planet. Like,
it's a collection of people who, yeah, just don't have a lot of common sense, and so much so that when a few people do bring up and raise the red flags, they are either in the minority or they're not even confident enough to speak up to the point where they're like, "No, I'm not suggesting this to you. These are objectively true. This
like,
woman had a hysterectomy. She
yeah.
cannot be pregnant. What are we
No,
fucking
but maybe
talking
she
about?"
is. I don't know.
I don't
Like,
know where all that fact comes from.
I think there is a part of her that thinks like I'm gonna go kill this girl. I'm gonna cut the baby out. I'm gonna go, and everyone's like, "There's her baby. She had a baby." Like I think there was genuinely a part of her that thought like that was she was gonna be able
And
to
no one's
like
ever going to
just
connect the dots between
no.
either I can't have a kid
Like
or this woman's missing a
she
baby.
even goes to the hospital like, and she is like oblivious when they're like, they can tell whether you've had a baby or not, right? Like it's a war zone down there. Like
Also,
that
just
doesn't.
Google her Amazon searches fake
Yeah,
pregnancy
Jesus
belly. I
Christ.
mean, what are we
Like
talking about?
But I mean, a lot of it too, like, the lead up, I think we've all known people like to not to this extreme. I'm like exaggerate or lie about, and then like people kind of figure out their shtick and then they like realize it doesn't work. And so they move on to new friend groups and kind of like do the same thing. And then you're like, well, one day those people are going to realize like
Yeah.
they're lying about everything. But like, I'm not saying like people like that don't exist. They absolutely do. Like people want to be trusting, especially to your friends and family. And you want like I'm not trying to downplay people's inherent belief and all that stuff. But like, it wasn't even just the pregnancy stuff, like all that money stuff, like trying to buy
The
like 100
car.
million. Yeah, like
Yeah.
and like that doesn't really ring like no one starts going like, huh, none like, how is the boyfriend not like being like understanding or like is just enough to the idea of a promise of like $8 million? I don't know. And
I
like,
mean, this chick, let's give her credit for this. She swung for the fences. These are not like little white lies. Like everyone she makes up is like a
but
monumental thing. She's never saying like I'm a Virgo when she's actually a Sagittarius. She's like,
no,
I have
it,
$1.8 million to buy this estate. And they're like, well, none of the people who you put down as financial references actually exist.
but like I don't even understand again why I say people are dumb. Like again, you had a baby. Your wife was pregnant. My wife is currently pregnant. They like she is at one point in the documentary theoretically 11 months pregnant. That's not possible. Like literally,
That's where you
like
have to be like, dude,
not
someone in the room, I know you guys aren't
because like
doctors and surgeons, but someone has to raise their hand and be like, no.
I get the hysterectomy. Like maybe she lied about it, so they didn't know she had a hysterectomy. But like fundamentally, we have been told at the hospitals, no hospital on earth, no doctor will let you go past 42 weeks. But because then it goes the opposite way. Like anything
Correct.
past that, so 42 weeks is the maximum, right? Which is approaching, not even at like maybe approaching 10 months. Like it's I just was like, there's no one in there saying, huh, she still hasn't given birth. That's so interesting. And she seems fine. And there's pictures of her where she's not looking pregnant. Anyway, like all this to say is like sadly to me, this is a crime that one should have never happened. Two, could have been so avoided if people just use common sense to
Right.
just be like, hey, you have a problem, you're lying. I can't be friends with you anymore, or I can't date you anymore. Like you need help.
Which she really, I mean, yes.
She literally thought the result like I mean, yeah, I mean, am I sympathetic to her? No, but like she was so fucking broken that she literally thought the answer to all of this was murder a pregnant woman and cut the baby out and claim the baby as your own. She
And by the
literally
answer to this, you mean like to potentially keep my boyfriend from breaking up with me
yeah. And to disprove that because she's like, oh, everyone thinks I'm lying. I'm going to prove them wrong
by lying.
by murdering someone. and the baby. But like, it's tragic, man. Like, it's fucked up. The baby died. Like,
Oh God, it's
all
awful.
this needless
And the poor
pain.
husband there loses his wife and his daughter in the same day for what? Because some psycho bitch had to
Yeah,
cover her tracks. It's just like,
yeah. It's just sometimes dumbfounding like that people like this exist in the world. Not just evil people. Evil I can get my head around. I'm not sympathetic to that, but I'm like I understand that like some people are just fucking evil. But I'm like, man, just maybe people just don't want to see it. I don't know, but tough one.
yeah, this was a very difficult one to watch. And I did, like you said, I remembered that crime, but did not put two and two together that it was this person doing it. I thought this was just one of those stories. I didn't watch the full trailer because they spoil too much, but I just thought it was one of those stories of like some crazy person who like makes all these fake personas on the internet, like the high school catfish documentary.
Yeah.
And then commits a crime. I didn't realize where it was going.
I want to get all these people in a room. Catfish mom, this girl, the crash girl. Like, I want to kind of just like sit back and watch all these manipulators like hang out together. Like, what would be like that? Like, would one be like, "Oh, I'm better than them. I'm not that." Like, I would love to study that.
It would be wild. Yeah.
I want a community of just the ultimate manipulator, lying people on Earth, and just see what happens.
When they talk about like if you could have a dream dinner with 5 people, and some people are like Abe Lincoln, Martin Luther King, like no.
I'm like this
The
bitch.
psycho Netflix true crime.
It would be fascinating because like at what level do they? Yeah, I don't know. Like that would be.
Do they sniff out other people's bullshit because they're such experts on it?
Yeah.
Or do they like respect the game so much? Like, damn, that's a good ass lie you just told.
Or is it the most honest place on earth? They're like we're gonna just.
Yeah, they're like that's our. When we're at work, we work. Here, let's let our hair down a little bit and relax.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy though how like everyone. I wish they would have gotten. Is she still alive? Her mom for the documentary. Because it sounds like her mom was like, because no one in her life like currently had knew her mom, so she was able to just place blame for literally everything, like everything she got caught with on her mother.
But the weird thing is the mom was involved in the life enough because remember, like the mom was with the would see the one of the women found the number of the mom, and the mom was like, well, I just don't want to. She's like, why don't you do something? And she's like, I don't want to lose access to my granddaughter. So like the mom was clearly not like.
Which I was confused about that too. Did she ever have custody of those kids that she like left?
I don't even. Yeah. If she did, they didn't really talk about or show it. It's not like that boyfriend was like helping raise the kids, but crazy, man.
That's
like
insane.
Again, these people exist in our world and they vote.
Yeah. And this one was pretty recent too. Wasn't it like 2018?
Yeah, 20. No, it's 20. It was 2020 when that came out, or just right when the murder happened. Not too far where I used to live, and not too far from where you live too. This was crazy.
Yeah, which is weird though. I had actually never heard of that town that she's from.
Yeah, I don't anticipate you ever want to go there.
What is her current sentence? Do you remember?
Death.
Oh, she is on death row.
Yeah, she's like one of the few women on Texas
right.
death row, and then I think she's also like by far the youngest.
Jesus, insane. All right, you got anything else?
No, just literally watching soccer.
It's that time of year, or half decade. All right, we end with our Do You Even Lift Bra segment, where we ask a question that we leave you guys with on the show. And today's question is the continuing, what are the bros' top 100 movies of all time? The current countdown, which has now gotten into serious territory because we are within the top 20, is linked in this episode's description as well as at the top of our website, bro4squad.com. Cyclically, today we are each going to continue the countdown by saying our number 16 movie of all time. Before we do that, though, as always, can you preface this list for our listeners by telling them sort of what it is or how it's composed? Because when you hear a top 100 movie list, you might be like, oh, so that's like their greatest films of all time. And while that isn't necessarily untrue here, it's definitely not like the way that we put these together.
Yeah, there's definitely overlap, but like I think the key difference is top 100 greatest movies of all time versus like your favorite movies of all time. While they sound the same, they're not. Favorite movies are the movies you like to rewatch on like for multiple reasons. They make you feel happy, sad, make you cry, whatever. They came out at a certain time in your life. It made you feel certain things when you were a kid. it could be a movie that you're like, hey, that won 11 Oscars and it's incredible. Like, absolutely. But at the same time, it could be something that's like so silly, but you know what? You just crack up every time. And when you're sad, that's what you need. So, yeah, your favorite movies of all time. And we all have very, very different lists, some very similar at the same time. But I also advise everyone to do this activity. It's kind of fun to go back and think about all the movies you've ever watched and kind of put them in, place and like certain places and moments in your time and like in life. It's a fun activity.
Yeah, and
Art
like you
too.
said, your own experiences are kind of how we built these. So it's like if you have an affinity for a movie because of when or how you watched it, like you don't have to justify it beyond that. It goes on your list for that reason. All right, Cycly, we last heard from you with your number 17 movie of all time, and it was Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. It joined Banner's number 17 of all time, The Great Western Tombstone, and I had the 1992 animated Aladdin at that number. What is one ahead of Empire for you at number 16?
It's interesting. This is gonna be 3 in a row for me that are it's not necessarily a sequel per se, but just not the original. But kind of bummer without Horns and Banner here. But it's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, which I know they both have already had on the list. So it's probably the last appearance for this film.
Yeah, I see for Thurmond he had it at 28.
Yeah, so not too far but one of the biggest things is like, again, me, Banner, and Thurman especially, we all grew up on Harry Potter, read it, like we're obsessed with it. Still to this day, like I'm getting so excited for the HBO show. So when I say like Deathly Hallows Part 2, it's funny because when I actually like in the very nerdy way I can, this movie doesn't do a great job of like for like with the book, especially the end fight scene between Harry and Voldemort. Like in the book, it's the greatest, coolest showdown ever, and everyone in Hogwarts is there, and it's just like this epic battle. The movie really makes it this isolated one-on-one thing that no one else is witnessing, and it's just like they do a weird hug. Like it's just kind of like, okay, but why did you take such an epic moment in the book and just like kind of do that? But that's not what I'm here to say. I'm not here to say like my favorite Harry Potter movie is because it was as close to the book. None of them really were, right? Like it's just impossible. Why this movie is so high for me is one, it's just all action packed from the beginning to end because they decided to divide that Deathly Hallows. So it's like it's paced so well.
They set
Alan
it all
Rickman
up in the
Snape.
first part, and then
and then it's just go. And Alan Rickman, limited screen time in this, but man, you want to tear up when he dies, and then you get the whole Prince's Tale, and that leads to the really emotional of Harry realizing that he has to die and sacrifice himself. But to me, it wasn't just like that. It was a really good movie, and it was really enjoyable, and I love rewatching this film. It's the culmination of just an incredible achievement and over 11 years, 12 years of work, right? Like Sorcerer's Stone production probably started in 99, 2000. I think this came out in 2011 or 12. And for Harry, like a lot of movies have done things like this, right? Like, but to keep the cast 99% like full, right? Like Dumbledore had to replace Dumbledore, and maybe one other like character from Slytherin or because of a death. But it's like what they were able to accomplish in that long, over a decade time frame. 8 movies spanning like $10 billion or whatever it was, like, and the kids stayed relatively humble. Like Emma Watson doing her thing, Robert Grant, and like Daniel Radcliffe definitely had a little, little bit of alcoholism, but like he was very open about it. Like it's just an achievement I don't know that we'll ever see in cinema again, because we'll get it in in TV shows, HBO, right, whatever, like over a period of 8-9 years. But cinematically to do that over that period and to accomplish this, you can argue that the Harry Potter movies aren't like fantastic or like they're not like Lord of the Rings where they're just like cinematically perfect. It's like, but there's not one bad Harry Potter movie. Like I can argue with you, like some are better than others and some aren't as good. But like
the worst one, it's like pizza. Like it's still pretty fucking
it's good. Like they did such a good job, and it's like I don't know. It was a moment for me too between growing up on Harry Potter and like the culmination, the building up to that moment, and remembering just like being like, wow, this is an end of an era. Like I have had so much of my life revolving around Harry Potter and my excitement between the books. And it's pretty cool now that like HBO shows coming out this year. I'm gonna have a son that's like obviously he's not gonna be able to process it, but it's cool. Like he's gonna have his own Harry Potter that he gets to learn from and watch. So yeah, definitely House Part 2, just an incredible accomplishment, and yeah, love the film.
I remember seeing this in theaters with you, and I'm not as big a Potterhead, nowhere near as you guys are, but even I could like feel how palpable and important this was. It was like it was a moment in the cultural zeitgeist. I mean, it's kind of transcends the medium, really.
I mean, just like Endgame and stuff like that. It's like whether or not you're a nerd about it, like you appreciate like at the culmination of Avengers. It's like that's hard to do outside of just providing entertainment. It's hard to even get to a point to where you're providing that much substance. So
I also just thought visually this movie looked fucking amazing. Like the fight scene between Voldemort and Harry, like the color palette of it, how like they turned the darkness up a notch to like really accentuate the dread, and like Hogwarts is no longer this like fun sorting hat school that we saw in Chamber of Secrets. Like this
enjoy
is, it's a different ball game here, and it felt like a much more mature approach on Harry Potter than we had seen previously. So that worked really well. Okay, my number 16 movie of all time is one that I actually think changed/saved the superhero movie, and that is Batman Begins. Of course, directed by Christopher Nolan. Let me get the exact year. I think it's 05, though. Yes, 2005, Batman Begins. So think about where superhero movies, and specifically Batman, were when this came out. The last entry we had was Batman and Robin, which I believe came out in 1999, and a lot of people said had just ended superhero films.
Because it was so good.
Right, it was so good, no one wants to even attempt it. It's like after Michelangelo paints the Sistine Chapel, like why even do art anymore, you know? And I think people thought that not only were superhero movies never going to be taken seriously, but specifically the Batman IP in live action was pretty much cooked. It had become a joke, toy commercial, like an hour and a half toy commercial. And like you said, the ice puns had done it in. Then the guy who, Christopher Nolan at this time, still relatively unknown, I think. I mean, Insomnia, I don't really count Following because I don't think it had a wide release, but Insomnia and Memento, I believe, were the only two films under his belt at this time. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, they were famous movies, but they were very niche. Like, it was one of those things like, have you seen Memento, dude? Like, have you even heard of it, dude? Like, yeah.
And if people see it, they're like, that guy's doing Batman? Like the thing with the rubber nipples, and they're like, what the fuck's happening here? But Christopher Nolan had a take on it that I'm sure the studio was like, that's awesome, and I think it works with Batman. Go fucking do it. And it was a gritty, very grounded, everything in this could probably happen in real life approach with the guy who played American Psycho. And so that, give them credit, because that was probably not an easy sell. Cillian Murphy, of course, is the still a relatively unknown Cillian Murphy. I mean, 28 Days Later, he had done, and I think like a couple other smaller projects, but he wasn't the Cillian Murphy we know now. And this movie gave us Iron Man in 2008. This movie gave us a view at superhero movies as like legitimate films that we're not just going to watch to like laugh at. And I just think like his approach to it, although I will say there are flaws to this movie. Like on hindsight, the action sequences are horribly shot, like basically unwatchable. The camera, you can't even tell what's happening. And he's like, it's like Christopher Nolan can't like focus on the action ever, but the character stuff in it, Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul is incredible. Michael Caine as Alfred is fucking perfect. It just like every part of it works, and it gave us a take on Batman we had never seen, and obviously has been, accentuated and I don't want to say copied with the Robert Pattinson ones, but like this.
Oh, that's where they're like going even grittier.
They are, which is like hard to even wrap your head around, but I think it saved superhero movies. It brought the genre back, and it showed people that like, if you get the right creative team around it, like these IPs, the correct ones can become really, really good movies. Because The Dark Knight, which I might be talking about soon, I think like even if you have someone that doesn't know what Batman is or isn't a superhero fan, they would watch it and be like, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's a crime drama that has a superhero aspect to it.
Exactly. So Batman Begins for me absolutely changed the game, and I think we were all just like totally shocked at like, holy shit, this guy like really went for it, since Bat Nipples was the last version we got.
I say bring back bat nipples though.
They would work. It's not just fashion, it's function.
You've got to have room for them. It's comfort.
Yeah, imagine your nipples being suppressed while trying to fight crime. It just sounds awful and unfair. All right, Cycling, before we let the people go for episode 268, any closing thoughts, words of wisdom?
I'm going to go away from what I usually say because I was excited. Nostalgia is kicking in today. Star Fox came out on the Nintendo Switch 2. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend is soccer and Star Fox. I'm just living it up.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a throwback weekend.
Yeah. Yes. Do a barrel roll. I'll be doing a lot of them.
Is it a total remake of the 64 just with updated graphics?
It's basically a total remake, but with a lot of added cutscenes, character development, and all that stuff. I think the gameplay is essentially the same, but like with updated graphics. I think this is this is my theory between the Super Mario movie having Star Fox in it. I think this is a test to like see if like it's popular, and because it probably wasn't that much to make, and it's not a fully expensive game either, which is nice. But like, I'm wondering if it does well, is Nintendo going to finally go in on Star Fox? Because it's kind of been like dead IP for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had like a GameCube game, maybe a Wii game, but I don't think he's had anything on the Switch.
No. So I'm supporting it just because I hope it brings about like an actual brand new game. Love Star Fox.
That'd be fucking dope. All right. All I will say is when you go get your hair cut this summer, make smart decisions. All right. We're not going with any dyes and no Nike swooshes. If you're over the age of, we'll say 12, cutting the side of your head. Just be prudent while you're in there. And just to help your barber out, don't bring in a photo of someone and be like, make me look like them. Because they're not plastic surgeons.
So the World Cup killing you with some of these cool haircuts?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen anything that crazy. There was one guy, I think he was on South Africa. He had like the Dennis Rodman colored hair, which I was like, actually, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but Weston McKennie has the red, white, and blue in his hair.
Respect that, yeah. I haven't seen anything too nuts.
There's a couple of them, but yeah, nothing too crazy. Just don't do that, and Jeff will be happy.
That's all I ask. All right, for our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, I'm the mayor, Jeff Hornacek. We are the Bro Force Squad podcast. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. You can find everything we post on our website, broforcesquad.com. Type in Bro Force Squad as 3 separate words on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, anywhere you find your podcast, and you'll find us there. Till next time, we'll be playing Star Fox. I consider myself kind of like a Falco because of my temper.
Ooh, I like that. You need a Falco on your crew, though.
You do.
Yeah.
Didn't
His
they?
Banner's slippy.
Yeah.